Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. Okay, so fresh in today, here we have a Mazda 3. This is the eSKYACTIV-X 2.0 Sport Lux. This is 186 PS, so this is the upgraded eSKYACTIV-X engine with slightly more power, and this car also has the sunroof. So the facelifted, or the slightly improved eSKYACTIV-X engines had the extra 6 PS and a sunroof. So it was around about this time that the cars changed over. So if you are looking at these, be sure it has a sunroof, and that will sort of indicate it's the upgraded model. So this is presented in machine grey. It's done 24,900 miles. It's got full service history from the supplying dealer, which is Bolton Motor Park. Now, unlike the majority, it's about 80% of our used cars, this wasn't supplied by us new. I didn't know the previous owner personally. If you've watched any of my other videos, we do tend to know the previous owners of the cars, because being a Mazda dealer, we've sold the majority of them from new. But this, we've got a shortage of used cars, and this was sourced by our buying department, so thank you very much, buying department, for this lovely car. It arrived this morning. To be honest, hasn't had a valet, but it's very, very good. I quite often like taking photographs and doing the video of the cars prior to valeting them, unless they're very, very dirty, of course, because it sort of shows you how the previous owner has looked after the car, and it's obviously been looked after very, very well. Okay, now the Sport Lux is a great spec. You've got the larger alloys, you've got the privacy glass, amongst many other things which we'll go into more detail when we get in the car. Now, these are all very well spec'd, all Mazdas, of course, and I don't mean that in a joking way. They are all very well spec'd, but in particular, these are like the unofficial 7th generation of Mazdas, the CX-30, the Mazda 3. It's got the more technology, they're more refined, they're quieter, they've got the newer engines. Now, this is a saloon. There's a few little bits of dust in there, I do apologise. This is the saloon version, which in my opinion is the more handsome. I think a lot of people would agree, but we're more SUV now in the UK. There's sort of this SUV culture, but prior to that it was more hatchbacks. Saloons weren't really that popular, although in other parts of the world you'll find that the Mazda 3 saloons are, the Mazda 3 and 6 saloons are the more popular. You've got 60-40 split rear seats, so the seats do fold down if you need that extra room. I mean, that boot is big enough for me. My dog wouldn't like it, but then he would never sit in the boot of any car. He'd always find his way to the front seat. You've got the cloth interior, which in my opinion is the most comfortable. I know leather sometimes, you could deem it as more desirable. Leather, of course, are heated, but this car also has heated seats in the front, even on the cloth trim, which is kind of unusual. So let's continue. Now you've got LED lights, they're adaptive. You've got radar cruise control, high beam control. You've got blind spot monitoring, so if somebody was to under or overtake you, little lights will light up in the wing mirrors to notify you of that. This speedometer, the binnacle, all lights up like so. It's really, really lovely. You've got the heads-up display, adaptive cruise, I've already mentioned that, haven't I? Climate control, dual zone, absolutely lovely piano black sort of finish on the console. If these get marks, by the way, these do polish up quite well with a bit of T-cut. This one's in very good condition. Steering wheel's in good condition. You've got reverse camera, you've got lane departure warning. The list goes on. These cars are very well equipped. In fact, the CX-30, which is based on this car, was voted one of I think the safest car on the road when it came out. I'd imagine this have a very, I don't know it officially, but this would have a very high safety rating as well, because of all the safety features. Rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, the list goes on. Now, if you've not sat in, driven a Mazda of late, I urge you to do so. These cars are made with brilliant materials. The finish is excellent. They're very quiet. That's what Mazdas were always criticised for, is road noise. I've been in the Mazda world for about 23 years now. They were always criticised for road noise, and I must agree, I did find there was a lot of road noise with the cars. That's one of the very few criticisms, but these are much quieter. And even though you've got all the gear, I suppose, all the gizmos, all the mod cons, as some people would refer them to, they haven't skimped on the quality of the car. Okay, now look at this. We've got a digital service record for the vehicle, so we've got all the history going back to when it was PDI'd at Bolton Motor Park in April 2021, and then serviced in 22, 23, 24, and only serviced, actually, look, on the 4th of March. So this car was serviced 800 miles ago. Okay, doesn't need a service, but we'll still put it through the workshop, and it'll have a 101 check, which is our used car prep, where we go through the car with a fine tooth comb, okay, just to make sure it meets the Mazda approved standards. And speaking about Mazda approved, it has Mazda approved cars. Not all Mazda dealers are Mazda approved. We are. You get a 12-month Mazda ZZ Plus, so that's Mazda's branded extended warranty. It also includes roadside assistance, which is European cover, and home start, so it's the follow-on from the manufacturer's warranty. So if you're looking at these cars at a non-approved Mazda dealer or an independent, the level of prep and the level of cover won't be the same. I've done a little exercise on it, even comparing it to these big car supermarkets. They tend to be sort of price-led. The prep standards, etc., aren't all that. And obviously, be sure to see this digital service record. Don't get fobbed off with, oh, it's online, you can get it from your local dealer. Make sure you get to see it. Okay. We do have warranty extension facilities with delivery facilities. I can take more photos, videos of this car, anything you like. We've got fantastic finance facilities, and we're a 7-day-a-week business. Just get in touch. We don't mind responding out of hours as well. Get in touch, let's see what we can do. Part exchange is very welcome. I know there's a lot of hype about selling your car, you know, online and getting better deals and all that. Look, give that all a go, punch your reg number in and do all that sort of stuff, but get in touch with us. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can be the one-stop shop and deliver you a seamless, enjoyable buying experience. So I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly have enjoyed doing this. There aren't many of these saloons. And please do remember to like, subscribe, comment and share, and do check out our reviews. And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.